Alright, so Void Eye. Here we go. So, first we have this jump over here. Now this jump is actually kind of awful though. Yeah, so I'm a little bit sick right now. So I decided why not just try this. This will be a great little challenge. It's actually horrible, by the way. So the first like real problem is this jump that's coming up. If I can get there. This thing. Hang on. Okay. So this little thing is just so damn hard. I keep getting it in practice, which is great, except that's not, no, that doesn't count. It's just there for strats, and I do not have one. I mean, I could try go the other way, but that's just harder, I believe. It might not be. No, see, look. There we go. Give it a few more shots. Alright, I can't wait to miss this. Here we go again. And there we go. So it's really mind-boggling how they've sort of made this as frustrating as possible. But it's also kind of like fun in a way. So it really just brings you back to suffering again. So this here is the first like doo-doo jump. The only thing that's keeping it not as bad as the rest of this is the fact that you can just come back and fall. Yeah, so that's kind of good. It takes like a year to sort of hit that ladder. There we go. This is also really goofy. So you want to be careful of that part. And this part is also quite goofy. The tree is fine, and so is this jump over here. This one's just a little annoying. But like the pumpkin one, it's fine because, see, you can get back to that jump. Easy peasy, no problemo. Oh. Hang on. There we go. And now I hear, right? And this is kind of like goofy. There we go! Oh my god. Thank goodness. That's... that is a pretty yucky jump there. But it's not too bad. And now we are over here. So, Void 1 is just a goofier version of the regular rank up on this server. Which is alright. I mean, it is what it is. This corner jump over here is pretty bad until I figured out that you can just jump on the corner of this chest and it should be fine. See, it's more consistent when you're like stuck in this room. That was close. There we go. Now you've got that, which is sad. you can really see that this jump is sort of garbage, but that's, you know, that's fine. A little bit of goofy parkour doesn't hurt anybody, except for me. I don't get it. I'll have to repeat an amount of attempts. Excuse me. Alright, that jump is goofy as well. This entire section is, you know, sort of goofy. It is what it is. It's a pile of goof. You can see in chat that a bunch of people are sort of failing. It's like tradition. If you fail a really big part, you gotta do some keyboard spam. Otherwise, it's not that bad of a fail, is it? So I tried this level before. I still haven't beaten it, but I got really far. So I was in what they call Sky, which is when you're above the level, and you sort of are almost finished with it, but there's like this little this little tiny section where they're like, oh, let's make this where if you fall, you have to restart the entire level. And I sort of fell, and now I have to restart the entire level. And I thought, you know what, I fell, I might as well record this, and now this is where we are. Now, this could be like 1 hour of footage. Do I want that? Not particularly. But it's better to have something than nothing. Actually, that might not be true. Yeah, it doesn't matter. If you're watching this, then it doesn't really matter. I mean, I sort of keep these little videos as like logs of my past self, because then I re-watch them in the future. I'm like, wow, I can't believe he did that and stuff. You know, like little memory things. I'm gonna practice that jump when I get to it. Yeah, because then I sort of get to watch my younger self just doing this, having fun, I guess. I mean, this is like angry fun. This is like if you're playing Geometry Dash fun, or like other mildly annoying repetitive tasks fun. After I get this done, I'm going to have another nap, as I do not want this cold to be bad. Which I think is like an acceptable thing to want. There we go. Alright. I do not want to fail this. So just get to the very end and do that. That should be fine. And then you do like that. Alright. Shouldn't be too hard. There we go. And I believe this jump was like you just do a bunch of that. Good old spacebar mash. It's actually funny because I sort of used my keyboard so much for this stuff that my keyboard's like worn down a bit because of just how much this is sort of been here. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Basically, I've played parkour a lot, and like I've got the paint. Like the paint on my keyboard is just like faded. Now, I don't want to do this with chords, because that's sort of cheating, right? And coordinates, if you're using coordinates, that's sort of like bad gameplay. And I don't like bad gameplay, because it's terrible. Alright, so if I do this, line up with the magenta, and do that, that should be good. Alright, let's go 1, 2, 3. Oh, god damn it. But the good thing about being in this section of the parkour is that it's all fail-safe. So if I fall, I don't have to do crap again. I mean, I do have to do these jumps, which are not particularly fun, but they're alright. Better than some of the other jumps in this. The scariest part of this level is the cake jump that I will show you in a bit. Now, cake, that's generally good. I like cake. Cake is yummy. Oh, come on. Anyway, cake is pretty enjoyable. I like eating cake. Chocolate mud cake's the best. Cake and parkour is so extremely janky. It's like jankier than my standards, and that's like saying something. Because if I make a level, it's usually full of just janky, awful, crappy, itty-bitty parkour. And I kind of like a little bit of jank. Jank is like something that spices up the gameplay. Otherwise everything's going to be the same boring, crappy thing, and you feel like you haven't achieved anything. And if you beat a level with jank, then it feels like you've sort of been through more than what would be in a regular level. Earlier, there were a bunch of other guys who were trying Void Eye, but they sort of just left, and for a good reason too. It's just silly. But it's like I said earlier, it's on the brink of fun where you feel like you want to do it because it's kind of quirky in a good way. And hey, I think it's pretty good. Beating it, that'll be nice. I'm not sure what the reward will be. It could be anything. But I know that if I beat this, I won't rank down to rank 2. Which is also a benefit, because the rank ups on this server are just so long. Okay. So how do I do this? Yeah. I believe this is called a triple jam. And you jam the spacebar enough so that it it breaks, sorry. The words mixed up because I was typing crap. See, I'm wondering, should I edit this footage? Or should I keep it like this? That's a great question. And I'm not sure. Well, I'll tell you what, if the footage is like under half an hour, then I've probably edited it. Because this is going to take me a while. Is that a problem? Generally, yeah. Because uploading it will be not fun. But at least I get to draw like a quirky thumbnail like I usually do. There we go, okay. So I'm back at the funny jump. There we go. Okay, cool. So I'm back here. I believe that's what I have to do. So this jump over here is not bad, but trying to get into the frame is terrible, because you can't just sort of do this. Oh wait, you can do that. It doesn't matter, because usually you'll just fall. But, no, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I thought this jump was hard. I mean, you have a chance to fail it like that, which I do not want. There you go, there's that. Cool! Alright. Here is the absolute garbage. Now, the reason why this is bad is because you have to go from this slab to this cake. And if we have a top-down diagram, that is a little bit more out than that, which makes it a little hard to sort of wiggle my way through. And if I fall down here, then I'm sort of screwed, because you can't get back up and you have to restart the whole thing. So that's why it's a little scary. But they were generous and they put a pane here, so that's going to save a few of my attempts. Now, I'm a little bit scared. I'm a little bit scared right now, because this room is a little scary. If you don't land on the cake, you're probably dead, and that's not good. There we go, and you do that. Okay, and now you got this jump. Now the problem with this is that you can't go and prac here. Why? I think it's the soul sand. But anyway, you have to go like this, and you have to shift onto the edge, like the very edge, like the pixel. There we go. Now why is this bad? Because head hitters, you could fail them, like pretty badly. I'm very lucky that I managed to survive that. But, you know, generally, pretty awful. Now, I can't really say that, because I like my good fair share of janky head hitter type stuff in my levels. And that's that's fair. That is a fair thing to talk about, or like add in your levels. Now, the difference is that I have checkpoints in most of my levels, or at least like a failsafe. That's a life or death editor with like a lot of progress lost if you fail, and it's 1 pixel, which means it's automatically a bad type of head hitter. Right. So this is a silly jump. It's like a double Neo, but you got a block at the end. There we go. And you got this jump, which is sort of similar in a way that it's kind of goofy. I mean, both of these jumps aren't too bad, but they're kind of stinky. Like they're not enjoyable. Especially this one. This one's just ugh. You have to go around the pole. There's like no room. Alright, everyone's sort of left, so I guess it's just me and 3 other people. This sort of is like okay so far. I think if we're talking about regular servers, or like other parkour servers, I think it's fine. But I mostly just play on Jumpcraft, because I mean it has rank up and sky courses, which is kind of good, and it doesn't have a toxic community. Alright, so over here it says if you go through the fence you're a pussy bitch ass boy. Now see, that's a fair call, but I don't want to do that jump, as that is like literally impossible. So let's try this. This is the jump I failed on the first time. What does that mean? that means that I had to redo this entire course. But it's also the reason why I'm filming this. Now, this is a silly jump in the sense that trying to beat this is garbage. As there's no really consistent thing you can do. Because, look, I can do that, which I make it, and then I can do other things. I know it wasn't talking to me, but, you know, it's funny. Oh, there we go. And then you got the last jump, which is like that. And that's kind of goofy too. Now, I really don't want to fail this. Why? Because that's a lot of lost progress. And I have to do that jump down there again. And do I feel like that? Not really. Well, moment of truth. Okay. Oh, yes. Yes! Okay. Great. So that's a PB. That's important. That's a personal best. Why is that good? Because it's great. That's why. Now, what's the problem? This jump is kind of bad. And that's also the final jump, which means that if I don't get that done, that's not good. So I think I need to do this to get there, but that's a far jump. If I fall here, I'm not going to be happy, but I made progress, which is something. But if we talk about opposed to completing level, I think I'd rather, you know, complete the level. Alright. Moment of truth. If I fail this, then that's not good. My heart is racing. Yes! Thank goodness. Okay, well, done. Cool. Alright, well, that was the video.